She sat in the quiet corner of the laundromat, her hands trembling as she clutched a faded hospital bill. The numbers on the paper blurred through her tears. For most people, it was just a piece of paper. But for her, it was the difference between her little boy's life and a future without him. She thought no one was watching. But someone was. And that someone wasn't just any man, he was the CEO of one of the largest corporations in the city, hidden in plain sight, wearing the disguise of an ordinary man. Before we continue, I want to ask you something. If stories of kindness, compassion, and real humanity touch your heart, then please pause for a second, hit that like button, share this video with a friend who could use some hope today, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your engagement keeps stories like this alive. Now, back to the laundromat. Her name was Maria. She worked as a maid in the CEO's company headquarters. For years, she had been invisible to the world of suits and ties. She came early in the mornings, mopped the marble floors, dusted the polished desks, and left quietly without drawing attention. Yet, her life outside those walls was filled with a storm no one saw. Her son, Daniel, had been diagnosed with a rare heart condition. Doctors said surgery could save him, but the cost was unbearable, an amount that no cleaning job could ever cover. Every evening after her shift, Maria took on extra work, scrubbing kitchens, washing clothes, even ironing for neighbors. But no matter how much she worked, the bills piled higher. On that day, she brought her son's photo with her to the laundromat. It was her little ritual. Looking at his innocent smile gave her strength, but also broke her heart. She pressed the photo against her chest and whispered, "Please, God, show me a way." That's when the man in the navy blue suit walked in quietly. His name was Richard, but nobody at that laundromat knew. He was the CEO of the very company Maria worked for. Recently, Richard had started going undercover, trying to understand what life was like for his employees beyond boardrooms and spreadsheets. He didn't want reports, he wanted the truth, raw and unfiltered. That evening, when he noticed Maria sitting alone, something about her pain pulled him in. "Are you okay?" Richard asked gently, taking a seat beside her. Maria quickly wiped her tears, forcing a smile. "I'm fine, sir. Just tired." But the photograph in her hand and the crumpled paper on her lap betrayed her words. Richard leaned forward. "That doesn't look like fine. Who's the boy in the picture?" Maria hesitated. Sharing her burden wasn't easy. People often looked away when they heard her struggles, nobody wanted to carry another person's storm. But there was something kind in his eyes, something that made her trust him. Slowly, she unfolded the bill and said, "He's my son. He needs surgery. I clean offices all day and homes all night, but it's not enough. And I'm afraid I'll lose him." Her voice cracked, and for the first time in years, Maria allowed herself to cry in front of someone. Richard felt his throat tighten. He had sat in countless meetings discussing profit margins, cutting costs, expanding business. Yet, here was one of his employees drowning under the weight of something money could easily solve, but she had no access to it. He asked softly, "Where do you work?" Maria looked down, almost embarrassed. "At the office building, for the company, your company." She didn't recognize him out of his usual environment. To her, he was just another stranger in a suit. For the next hour, Richard listened. He didn't interrupt. He didn't judge. He let her pour out years of exhaustion, the long shifts, the broken shoes she kept wearing to save money, the nights she went hungry so her son could eat. He learned about the challenges she faced when hospitals demanded deposits she couldn't pay, about how other families in the ward sometimes turned away from her, whispering that charity cases didn't belong there. Listening, Richard realized something powerful. While he measured success in billions, his employees were measuring survival in dollars. The next morning, Maria walked into work as usual, pushing her cleaning cart across the marble floor. She had no idea that the same man she met at the laundromat was sitting upstairs in the CEO's office. Richard had thought all night about what to do. One option was simple, write a personal check and solve the problem instantly. But he wanted more than that. He wanted to change her life, not just patch it temporarily. So he devised a plan. First, he contacted the hospital directly and arranged for Daniel's surgery to be scheduled immediately, with all expenses covered anonymously. Then, he created a scholarship fund within the company for employees' children who needed medical or educational support. He wanted Maria's struggle to be the last of its kind. Finally, he called a staff meeting. Maria was cleaning quietly in the corner when she was asked to step forward. Nervously, she obeyed. The CEO, now in his true role, smiled at her. "Maria, last night I met someone remarkable. A woman who works harder than anyone I know, who sacrifices everything for her child. Today, I want to honor her." Maria froze, her heart pounding. Slowly, she realized he was talking about her. Whispers filled the room. The CEO then announced, "From this day forward, Maria will not only have her son's surgery fully covered, but she will also be promoted to a supervisor position in our facilities team, with full healthcare benefits and a salary that reflects her dedication." Tears streamed down her cheeks. She tried to speak but couldn't. For once, words failed her. The entire room applauded, and Maria felt something she hadn't felt in years: hope. The surgery went well. Daniel recovered beautifully, and for the first time, Maria allowed herself to breathe without fear. But the story didn't end there. Richard often checked in on them quietly, making sure they had what they needed. Maria, in return, worked not just as a maid or supervisor but as someone who inspired everyone around her. She became the voice of unseen workers, reminding others that kindness from the top could ripple down through an entire organization. Her journey was not just about survival, it was about dignity. And Richard's choice to listen, to act with compassion, transformed more than just one life. It changed an entire company culture. Employees started noticing the small things, looking out for each other, creating a workplace where humanity mattered as much as profit. Challenges had been heavy: poverty, endless bills, a sick child, and the loneliness of carrying it all alone. But the resolution came not only through financial help, but through recognition, empathy, and empowerment. The message was clear: sometimes what people need most isn't just money, but someone who truly sees them. As you hear this story, think about your own world. Who around you might be silently struggling, their battles hidden behind polite smiles? Sometimes, one act of kindness can change everything. Before we close, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever witnessed or experienced an act of unexpected kindness that changed your life? Let's make the comments section a circle of hope and humanity. And don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs a reminder that good people still exist, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness for more real stories that restore faith in humanity. Maria's story reminds us that kindness has power far greater than money. A CEO in disguise saw what others ignored, and chose compassion over indifference. And that choice changed everything.